Simultus Functional Training Introduction Program Operation Modes. Simultus can operate in 4 basic modes. First mode, simulation of the device only. Second mode, simulation of the device and the PLC. Third mode, simulation of the device in communication with a PLC simulator. Fourth mode, simulation of the device with a real PLC, the so-called hardware-in-the-loop mode. In this part of the course, we will discuss these modes and present them with examples. The first mode is the one in which we simulate the operation of the device only. The entire program of action is included only on the simulation diagram. In this mode, we can use 3D visualizations. If there is no such need, we can use the function block diagram only. In this case, Simultus will perform only the calculations. The results can be observed on charts or tables. No additional hardware is required to use this mode. In the second mode, we simulate the operation of the device and the PLC connected to it. The whole simulation, that is, the simulation of the device and control system operation, is performed inside Simultus. In this case, we can also use a 3D visualization or not. To perform the simulation in the third mode, in addition to Simultus, we need a PLC programming software, such as Phatex WinPro Ladder. This arrangement resembles even more a real device, because the control program will be written in a program used for the PLCs. In this situation, it can be used in a real device, even without any modifications. In this case, both programs are running on one computer. This mode can be combined with the second mode. That is, one PLC simulated by Simultus and the other in WinPro Ladder. In this mode, as well as in the next, we can optionally use a 3D visualization. The fourth of the basic modes is commonly known as hardware-in-the-loop. In this mode, we run only the device simulation in Simultus, while the device control program is installed on a real PLC. The computer and the PLC are connected with each other via Ethernet. As in the previous mode, the behavior of the device is determined by the program from the diagram on the Sim tab. This mode can be also combined with the second mode. We will now show 4 examples illustrating each of these modes. In the first mode, we simulate only the operation of the device. Simultus is all we need for this step. The example shown on the screen is a 2-axis positioning module. The 2-axis motion model is shown on the Sim simulation card diagram. The control panel function blocks feature a blue background. The axis motion blocks have a yellow background. Here, you can see the blocks responsible for the movement of both axes. Activation of the movement is done by pressing the corresponding buttons. You can also set the movement speed using the slider. Limit switches are defined in the extreme positions. When the module reaches the limited position, the corresponding block output will be activated. We can use these signals in the control system. The module positions can be observed through the status monitor and on the chart. Additionally, this model uses a 3D visualization. This way, we can observe the behavior of this model in virtual reality. This mode is particularly useful during the initial design phase. We don't have a control system yet, but we can already see how our manually operated device behaves. To generate a 3D model, we can use a generator available on the manufacturer's website. This process takes about 5 minutes. Assuming that the blocks simulating axis movement were prepared earlier, building a model using function blocks takes about 10 minutes. These blocks are available for download from the help section at Simultus' website. Therefore, we can prepare a full model of a simple device in less than half an hour. Such model is very useful during the initial analysis of the device's concept and later on in the construction of the control system. In the second mode, we simulate the operation of the device and the PLC, all happening virtually inside Simultus. A PLC simulator has been added to the model from the previous example. It is located in a function block placed on a green background. Limit switches have been connected to the PLC simulator. The connection becomes visible when you hover the mouse pointer over block inputs or outputs. A simple example of the controller's program is visible on the PLC diagram card. A program to determine the device operation is placed on the SIM card, and a program for the PLC is present on the startup, control, and PLC cards. In addition to observing the axis position, as in the previous example, we can also observe the status of the controller inputs and outputs, as well as the operation of its program. Of course, we still have access to the 3D view of the device. In this configuration, we can already run simulations with the control system. In the third mode, we simulate the operation of the device and the PLC, but the significant difference is that the controller simulator is running separately in WinPro Ladder. The construction of this model in Simultus is analogical to previous examples. On the yellow background, we can see function blocks for controlling the axis. Blocks on the blue background are used to operate the start switch, which starts the device, and the home button. Pressing it will result in performing the homing procedure. There is also a block transmitting the axis movement speed signal from the slider. The difference from the previous example is that there are now blocks transferring I/O state and register values to and from the PLC present on the green background. In this instance, these are the blocks that send the status of the switch, limit switches to the controller, and receive the status of digital outputs from the controller. It is also possible to send the controller's register values in both directions. This way, the model in Simultus can automatically set PLC inputs. Such functionality gives great possibilities because we can test the controller's program taking into account how the object, that is, our device, will behave and what signals will it send to the control system. This way, we can detect errors ahead of time, even before implementing the device in a factory. When starting the program, we can see its operation in the Utility Program Simulator. We can observe, for example, the status of timers, inputs and outputs. At the same time, we see the device in a 3D view. This example also uses solid-state physics and collisions of mechanical elements. The green box is a free-moving solid, which movement results from a collision with the gripper. The whole model was drawn in the CAD program. In this case, a free program called FreeCAD was used. The program, which operation we are observing right now, works automatically. We can easily observe our device and follow every detail of its operation. Any program error detected at this stage will not damage the device and, therefore, will not cause any financial consequences. In the fourth mode, we simulate the operation of the device in Simultus, while the actual PLC controller is responsible for control while connected to the computer via Ethernet or other means. From the program's point of view, this mode differs only by the PLC's IP address, and thus we will omit it. In the fourth mode, we can optionally use the PLC programming utility. If we decide not to use it, we simply connect the signal cable to a working PLC. We invite you to read the full documentation and other training materials in the online help section, available at www.simultus.pl. Thank you for your attention.